Today I want to share with you a recipe for tuna salad. I've made this countless times. It's absolutely delicious. It requires a little bit of prep at home, only a little bit, and at the campsite it comes together in about 5 minutes, so it's perfect for camping. So first of all, we start with the salad dressing. So take half an onion and put a clean cloth on a board, and then grate that onion into the cloth. Now get a jug or a bowl and squeeze the liquid from the onion into the bowl. You should end up with a good tablespoon or so. And you can use the onion that's left over for something you're cooking or just discard it. Next we add a quarter of a cup of sugar, a half a teaspoon of mustard powder or prepared mustard, whatever you have, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a third of a cup of vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar. Give that a little mix. Now we're adding a half a cup of oil. So I'm using olive oil here. I usually like to use a light olive oil because the strong one's quite a dominant flavour, but I've only got the strong one today and it's still quite delicious. So just drizzle in some oil. And that's our salad dressing done. So what I do is, I just pour it into a jar and I put it in the fridge. And when I go camping or even at home, I just use it. Now what you'll find is that the oil will solidify once it's refrigerated. So just leave it at room temperature for a few minutes and give it a good shake, and then it's back to normal. But it's a really delicious dressing. So now we're making the salad topper, I like to call it. It just makes such a difference to your salads. I love to use 3 types of seeds. The first is sunflower seeds. So I just put 1 cup of sunflower seeds. The next is pepitas or pumpkin seeds. 1 cup of pepitas into the pan. And the next is my favourite really, because it just makes this salad topper taste so good, are sesame seeds. So 1 cup of sesame seeds into the pan. Now this makes quite a lot of salad topping, but it keeps for weeks in a jar. You don't need to refrigerate it. Next I add about a teaspoon of salt, quite a big teaspoon, and then about a teaspoon of cracked black pepper. Now the heat's on about a medium low, and we just want to cook it slowly, stirring frequently, because the sesame seeds are the ones that will burn. And we want to lightly toast all of this together. Now I don't use anything else, that's all I put in there. And I think the seeds do the talking themselves. I don't think you need any spices. You may get a few little burnt sesame seeds, but that's okay. They sort of add to the flavour, to be honest. We don't use any oil because the seeds have oil in them. And all we're doing is dry roasting them. It only takes about 5 minutes. It's only been about 3 minutes and they're starting to pop. So I've turned my heat down to low now. It was on like a medium low, and I've turned it down to low because they're really taking off. And it's only been a few minutes. So you should definitely try the avocado on toast with this sprinkled on top. It's so yum. Crunch and texture and flavour. Right, so that's been less than 5 minutes, or around 5 minutes, and they're done. They're nice and toasted, and I'm going to turn them off before the sesame seeds burn. But that's our salad topping. How easy was that? I like to push things to the limit, and I think the limit's here, so I'll turn it off. There you go. We'll wait till it cools down and I'll put them in a jar, and they'll last at least 3 or 4 weeks, if they last that long. So it's more a compilation than a cook. So we get our bowls. So I've just bought a coleslaw mix from the local supermarket because we're camping. At home I'd probably make my own, which is shredded cabbage, grated carrot and a bit of spring onion perhaps. First of all, some crunchy salad. It comes with noodles, but I'm gluten free so I can't eat them anyway. Then a can of tuna. I love the tuna in oil, and I wish I had a fork, but I don't, so a spoon will do. And I just spoon half the tin over this bowl. and half the tin over this bowl. Just on a little side note, your soft plastics at your supermarket, they should have a disposable recyclable bin for soft plastics, so that would be great if you could use that. So now I think coleslaw needs a bit of capsicum. So what I do is I take one capsicum. We probably only need that much. And sprinkle over the salad for a little bit of crunch and a little bit more flavour. Then I have an avocado, which I hope is good. We'll see. Yep. And I just scoop the avocado out. And sprinkle a half an avocado over each bowl. Then our salad dressing that we made earlier, just give it a shake. And I just drizzle some of that on top. It is so yum with this salad. Then I add a bit of feta cheese. If you don't like feta cheese, you don't have to use it, or you can use another cheese, but feta is really salty and really yum and great in a salad. And it's pretty reasonably priced in Australia. And lastly, our delicious seed mix that we made earlier. A really good, generous amount of that. And how pretty does that look? And how quick was that to come together? I'll move it in the sun. Oh, well, looks so beautiful. Making sure I get a bit of everything on my spoon because I can't find a fork. It's so delicious. Really yum. Puts a big smile on my face. Thanks for watching. See you next time.